a small biz pro, that's how we roll. Using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, that's how we grow. Using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah. Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan? Just review the pages of my marketing plan. Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan? Just review the pages of my marketing plan. Got my capability statement, yes, I'm ready to go. Got my balance sheet, my P&L, my statement of cash flow. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Gilbert Buchanan, and this is the Business Zone with
Crystal
and your small business paramedic. Today is March 16th, right?
March 16th. And it is actually Women's History Month. And we're celebrating women and
That's
their
right.
accomplishments and all the things that they're doing. And we got some interesting stuff going on in the world. And so maybe it's just time that the world needs to be run by women.
Time that the women get their opportunity to run this thing.
Right, because the men are behaving very badly.
That's what I'm saying.
Very, very badly.
They need to be put in the corner.
Yeah, they have gotten so out of control that it's just too scary for words, actually. Yeah. So it's time.
And Crystal, as we do, like we like to do here, we always promoting women-owned businesses and women entrepreneurs, trying to get them to the next level, helping them to build their capacity, as well as helping them to become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready.
Exactly. Because it's important. And I'm going to read a couple of things that I found in celebration of this month. And women themselves. I mean, we just watched the news, and you've been watching over time what women have been doing, and there's been some big things going on in the world. So I found some statistics that I thought was kind of interesting, and it was, we've always thought, or traditionally people thought, that the business world or the business landscape was a man's world, but when you really think about it, the decisions that are made, even on a consumer level between man and woman, the woman is the one that makes the major decisions.
That's
right.
True. That is
true. Some of the statistics that I found was 94% of the purchase decisions on home furnishings is the woman.
That's true.
Vacations, the woman. She makes 92% of that. 91% of home purchases, the final say is her, because that's where she's going to live. And it's all based upon the kitchen and the closets and where the children going to sleep.
That's right.
And then your health care is usually a decision of the woman.
Yeah.
Family cars. When they're married, the wife makes the decision
they
on what kind.
which car should be purchased.
Right, exactly. So, and even on your consumer electronics. I mean, because if she's going to go out and she's the one doing all the shopping.
Yeah.
So that's really why all the decisions.
So she's pretty much the CEO then.
She's the CEO of the household, man. Most of the time, you don't even have underwear unless you're buying it. Underwear and socks.
And the thing about it is, she has a budget, and she makes that budget stretched to fit everything. Isn't that amazing?
Well, that's why it's not a far reach for a woman to be the president of the United States. Yeah. Because when you look at what the core skill sets are, is budgetary. Yeah. So they're excellent at that, right? Especially if they're raising children and they have more than one child. So now they got to spread the house. They're also very good at dividing their attention and multitasking, because she has to do that, right? And work outside the home.
So managerial and administration,
right?
And leadership.
And leadership, mediation. Mm-hmm. Because if you got children and you're mediating between all five,
you go in that corner over there. You over there.
Right, exactly. She, as my mom used to say, she has eyes in the back of her head, so she can see.
And I believe that too. I believe my mom had eyes. I believe she had 4 eyes in the back of her head. I mean, she knows what's going on.
Right, she knew, and you didn't even like. How does she know that? Right.
Like, sometimes she said stuff to me, and I'm grumbling, and I'm under my breath.
Right.
She's not supposed to hear that. I heard that. I'm going, darn.
Right. How did she hear that? She knew when you were lying, so she knew when people lied.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. She's a lie detector.
I mean, moms have super skills.
I'm telling you, man. So instead of us celebrating women just for this month, we should be celebrating them all year.
All around. Because they make the world go round, boy, right? So this is not a farce reach for a woman to be the president of the United States because she has to do, that's her regular duties.
I think it's going to happen soon, though. I think within the next 2 cycle, it's going to happen.
Well, after what we're watching and seeing right now, it's something big has to change. Oh, yeah. But even in our corporate worlds that we now have, I was reading also out of the 21 of the Fortune 500 companies will have women as CEOs at the helm by 2013. Wow! So this is a little outdated, but when you look at leading companies, so Hewlett Packard has had a woman, and IBM had a woman, and Yahoo had a woman, and so then half the world, half of the corporate leaders in China are women.
Oh wow! In China,
half of that. In India, you have more CEOs than in the United States. Females. So
that's some major steps right there. That's some major steps. Yeah, we need to catch up.
Yeah, so we're behind when you really think about it. And so some of the things that women, I think, are very, very good at, and you know this because you prefer doing business with women. Yeah. For women, relationships are very, very important to us. We will go the distance. Mainly, one, because the first level is your parent, relationship between your parents. Right. Yeah, generally, the woman is the one that nurtures, and the mom nurtures that. And so there's usually a long-term relationship between a mom and their children.
That's right.
So that's the first level of relationship. We have girlfriends from the very, very beginning of time, and we're nurturing those friendships, right? Yeah. And then when you go to college, you're nurturing friendships. So we're always in that place of nurturing and grooming friendships. Right. And most of our friendships are long-term.
That's true.
And we have interaction with our friends, at least, maybe daily. But even if it's been long term, I know I have some friends that I don't see every day or every month. But when we come together, it's just like we were together whenever the last time we were together.
You know what's amazing to me? You could have 2 women who just meet at an event. And all of a sudden they start acting like they're buddies from a long time ago, and I'm going, wait a second, you guys just met, and then they know everything about the other person within a few minutes,
because we know how to ask the right questions, and you're feeling, because we're emotional, and we get our instincts from our feelings, and so we can determine right off whether or not that person is emitting warm fuzzy feelings or fake feelings, right? So we can identify that right off. So those are some of the things that women.
That's amazing. I like that. Where do you get that?
This was under. It's under an article called "The Growing Power of Women in Business," and it's called "Big Think."
You should send me a copy of that.
I'll send it. And then the other thing it talks about is women are big picture. We think of big pictures, right? And they said that we are intuitively great system thinkers. Yeah. And putting puzzles together. Wow. Although they usually think that men are the problem solvers, but we kind of look at all of the pieces. Again, it comes from growing up with a parent, that a mother that had to keep all the pieces moving at all given point in time.
Kids acting out of turn and doing whatever.
Right, exactly. You've seen that commercial where the mother says,
"Is it Allstate or is it Allstate?"
No, she has a cold, and she's like, "Okay, mommy is not. The baby's in the crib, and mommy's off work today." She's
go,
not
"What?"
coming. It's like, "Oh heck no, that ain't even happening, mommy. I don't know. Daddy can do whatever he wants. What are you talking about?"
I remember that commercial.
Yeah, so that's kind of the given there. It's just no, they don't get off. You get to do, and
unbelievable.
And another thing that we do very well is we collaborate well, because again, it's all part of that.
It's all about the end product, right?
Right. It's all about the end product.
Picture. Yes.
Yeah.
That's great. Now, for those of you who are just tuning in, just joining us, this is a great conversation. I love these conversations because, as you know, we're talking about my special type of clients. So I always want to talk more and find out more about this group. So we're talking about women. This is the month of women. We're celebrating women the month of March here at the Business Zone. And I would love for you guys to call us in, call Crystal and I, and share your thoughts, share your ideas, give us some feedback. Our phone number here is 323-293-3375. That's 323-293-3375.
Yeah, so that's just some of the things when we think about women and why we celebrate them. And it really should be celebrating for life, for a whole year, just like Black history or any history, right? It's really very important.
Yeah.
And I think today, with what is going on in Washington and that particular administration wanting to demean and diminish the power of women, because that's really what that's about, right?
Yeah.
Anything, the rape, the abuse, that's all about intimidation.
Yeah, that's not going to last for too long, though.
Yeah.
It's not going to last.
Oh, no, we're in a complete uproar. It's in a complete transitional period.
Because when people realize that the head of the helm is behaving like that, then that's when they come together. They coalesce. They come together. They form united groups.
Yeah.
And then they take action.
Right. Exactly.
So, and we've seen it. We've seen a lot more women being voted into Congress. A lot more women taking on leadership roles. Coordinating, so it's going to happen.
And the children, I am just so impressed with the kids nowadays. I mean, those kids, they coordinated a massive walkout last weekend, and they're like, "Bring the detention on," because this has to change.
It has to, and they're phenomenal. I mean, they're going, "Hey, you don't want to listen to us, we'll vote you out."
No, right, exactly. And there was something that I saw on Facebook last week that this young man, and it's sad actually, because he was 7 or 8 years old, and he told his mother before he went to school, "I need to write my will."
Wow.
Because I may not come back.
Wow.
Now, that's some serious stuff. And this kid was in elementary school.
That is deep.
Yeah, and he said, "I needed to write my will because who knew if I was going to come back from school just like those kids." So that's why we have to listen to our children. And the adults are behaving so badly. That one congressman, I think it's a GOP senator, saying that the young girl that got the short hair, he called her a skinhead lesbian. Yeah. And then the young man a liar.
How do people let them get away with stuff like that?
I don't even understand how you talk to children like that.
Yeah. How do people let them get away? That's just so ridiculous. It's uncalled for, unethical, and it's just not how those Congress people are supposed to behave.
Well, no, you're right, because they work for us, first of all.
Exactly.
So just think about it. And, of course, politics and maybe politics to a certain extent. In the business world, and we've already seen it happen, because I read an article with the destruction of Steve Wynn. Now, that's a corporation managed by the shareholders of the Wynn Corporation, right?
Yeah.
Now, granted, it was his business, but the stockholders realized, what the heck is this man doing? And as they kept going deeper and deeper and doing their research, it got so bad that they fired him. So that's you starting your own company and someone behaving, because your behavior has a direct result and consequences to the health of the whole company. So now, of course, Trump could do that in his company because there were no board members. He really, truly is a sole proprietor. because he has complete control of his whole empire, right?
He is a sole
so
proprietor.
if he had been a full-blown corporation where you had board of directors and stock, and he was a public-owned company, he wouldn't be able to do what he was able to do.
That's right. That's right.
But he was like a sole proprietor because he managed everything. And nobody ever punished him for his bad behavior.
And he's trying to run the White House the same way.
And that's what I read today. That exactly. And the way they do the way the fast lose with the money, because he bragged about always being in debt. And he, I think I heard something this week that Ivanka was saying they had come outside of one of the their towers, and there was a homeless man on the street, and Trump was bragging that homeless man probably had more money than he did, because he was in so much debt because everything was leveraged to the hilt.
Oh, my Lord.
So we say, well, now you put us trillions of dollars in debt. That means nothing to him because that's the way he ran his businesses, fast and loose like that.
And that's going to affect our grandchildren.
Right, exactly. But I think if there's ever an argument in the future when people say, well, we want to elect someone that is a businessman,
You're going to have to take a second look.
you have to take a second look, because you and I know for sure that all businesses are not equal, and that majority of the businesses are not being run properly.
That's true.
Right? So
we know that.
That cannot be our barometer for someone that can run the country.
Yeah.
Because when you pull back the layers, you pull back the onion skin, and you're going, this business is not right. Because on the outside, the business could look extremely successful and look well.
You and I have looked at hundreds, thousands of businesses. We see it. Even though some folks are saying, oh, my business is successful and we're doing great. And then you take a look at the balance sheet, and I take a look at their organizational plan and structure, and we see different.
Right. Because if you and I had actually, let's say any of us or anybody that does what we do for a living, right? Yeah. And you had to go into Trump before he became president and before he even started to run and do a forensics of his business, you would have said, no. Well, first of all, we already knew 6 bankruptcies, which were not organizational. They were bankruptcies. That would have told you right then and there. Because anytime you're filing bankruptcy as a routine strategy for business, no, you don't know how to run the financial piece of your business.
That's their growth strategy? Come on.
Right, exactly. Or to be so far leveraged in debt. Yeah. What business can function with that much debt?
It's like me buying a house, waiting for it to be repossessed, thinking that that's a great strategy.
Right, exactly. And that was the strategy with the recession that people bought. This was people used to say back in the 2006 and 7. It's like, oh, this is a great time to buy a house. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, maybe I'm rolling right now. But if I'm paying interest and I'm working for someone now different if you're independent and you're entrepreneurial. But if I'm working for someone, the only raise I'm going to get is minimum about 3%. Right. Yeah. And if I'm lucky. Yeah. And there's no other outside influences, right? But my mortgage is going to go up 15%. So that's just do the math. So what's going to happen in that next 7 years?
Yeah, just doesn't add up at all.
It's never going to add up.
Yeah, that's a deficit. That's a deficit.
So that was the thing. Like, no, you can't get an interest-only loan, and then 5 years from now they're gonna get you a balloon payment, and you're gonna pay the whole thing back.
That's crazy.
Oh no, I'm too rational for that kind of thought process. So.
Well, hopefully, with our skills and expertise, we'll be able to help a lot more of these small businesses in the community recognize those types of things so they don't fall into those ruts. Because a lot of businesses, as you know, the financial piece, that's their Achilles heels. They don't want to touch that at all. They're going, oh, that's not for me. My bookkeeper will take care of it. Exactly. My accountant will take care of it. And they never do.
But you have to have some, because obviously I've done enough troubleshooting for accounting that you assume that the person that's doing your books know what they're doing, and then once you start getting in there, no, I get that every time I go in and do some troubleshooting. It's like, oh, what the? And of course, the person doesn't have the knowledge.
They don't.
So they have no clue
so
whatsoever.
You're going, what the heck was this person doing in here?
Right, exactly. And you have to kind of go back, and I'm working on a case, right? A client right now. It's like, whoa, this is just, and I mean, this is for someone that's supposedly saying that they knew how to use QuickBooks. Yeah. These are basics that I'm finding. This is not even involved forensics. This is like you didn't even know how the software worked.
So they're getting a lot of fake news out of their system.
Yeah, a lot of fake news. Yeah, there you go. Fake news. A lot of fake numbers.
Yeah. So they think they're good. They think they're good, but they're not.
Right. And if you've been taught properly, you can kind of can look at something, and I can eyeball it right away to see. It's like, oh, those are duplicated.
Yeah.
Those are duplicated entries. So that's going to affect the income and affect the expenses. It's kind of interesting. So this is what we're going to tell you guys. Just because even your accountant, and especially right now, and I have to tell everyone, during this tax season, because the changes of the tax reform, some of it took effect, you really need to make sure that whoever's doing your taxes, that they understand what the new tax form, and that they've at least read it.
Right.
Because it's going to have an effect on how they do your taxes.
That's right.
So they need to be knowledgeable. So you might have to pay a little bit more just to get that person that really understands how to make sure that whatever your allowances are, that those are your allowances.
And there's a lot of wolves in sheep clothing out there saying, hey, I know these new tax laws. I can take care of it, just because they want to be paid by you. And then once you pay them, then you find out they really don't know what they're doing. But then at the end of the day, they're already gone. So how are you going to get your money back?
Right. So you have to do your due diligence. That's for everybody. If you're in business, don't just assume that everybody. Ask the right questions. And if you don't know, reach out to someone that does. You can contact me. You can contact Gilbert.
That's right.
Some other, your other associates, and ask questions.
Yeah.
Because it's important that you just don't assume that just because they looking at your books or they're looking at your legal,
know what they're doing,
that they know what they're doing.
And one of the things that I notice in some of my workshops, Crystal, is that many of the small businesses that are taking the workshops, when I talk about cash basis versus the accrual basis, the two types of accounting system that a small business will use, I realize that they don't know, but then the bookkeepers who are doing it, they don't even know either.
Because they don't understand. One of the biggest issues has been is QuickBooks has made the accounting piece pretty simplistic, right? You may not be the software friendly, but somebody else has enough aptitude to figure out the software. You watch enough YouTube videos and so forth. But what I found from just teaching over the years that I've been in this industry, that until I incorporated the understanding of bookkeeping and accounting to my training programs, that was when the people finally figured out why they were doing what they were doing. So then it started making sense. But if you don't understand basic accounting or basic bookkeeping, if just accounting, then you're going to be pretty lost. So you're just going through the motions of what the tool itself can do, but not understanding why you're doing what you're doing.
Right. And even with some people working with QuickBooks right now and other electronic accounting methods, they still don't get the concept, because you and I, we're from the old school days where we understand how accounting works. You got your trial balance.
Right, exactly.
What goes in on this side,
you got to be
on this side to balance it out.
You got to balance it out.
But with QuickBooks and others, it's not set up that way. It's just a one entry thing.
Right,
it's not
exactly.
a dual entry. So then they don't understand that when they're entering over here, then where does the same amount go? It's supposed to go somewhere else.
They don't have a clue.
Exactly.
And especially when it's app based. So even the desktop, you have to have some understanding.
Yeah.
But the applications, the online applications, and this is any program, any software program you're using online, it is programmed to make it super easy, friendly to do it, right?
Yeah.
And usually the program is the same basis for no matter the Small Biz Pro is the same entry type of process, right?
Yes.
So you truly don't know what's going on behind the scenes because it's just like filling out any other or playing with any other app.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's app based,
Yeah.
So the formulas is all the same.
The
The system behind the scene is the exact same, right?
Right.
So that's why it's so easy now. You can create your own website because the templates are all the same. But you even know that from Small Biz Pro that not all system programmers
That is true. Oh my Lord.
are the same, are they?
Not all of them, and a lot of them, they try to sell it as if they know what they're talking about and what they're doing. And then you put them to the test on your project and you see that they have no clue.
Right. But because if it's just a basic kind of setup, then but when you start asking for more involvement, custom stuff and interaction and interlocking, no, that ain't gonna happen because they don't have all the skill sets.
And a simple example of that is, I asked this person, this web developer person, I said, okay, can you put an orange bar over here and put some blue text on it? Oh, no, we can't do it. How come? Why can't you? Well, the template doesn't allow that. What do you mean template? I'm not buying a template. I'm buying you to do some custom work for me.
Right. No.
And as simple as that, an orange bar with some blue text on it.
Right, because now you got a program.
Exactly.
You got to understand programming to make that happen.
They couldn't do it.
Right, exactly. So there you have it. So that's why not everybody's created equal.
That's right. So with that being said, Crystal, we're probably going to have to talk a little bit about our sponsors today.
Yes, we have our sponsors. We have the Department of General Services from the state of California. They're one of our sponsors, and we're very pleased. And they are the entities that provide supplier diversity procurement opportunities for our small business owners. And you can actually do contract business versus transitional business and really establish a strong economic basis in your business when you do that.
And they also have a certification program. They've got small business certification as well as a veteran-owned business certification. So as a business entity, you want to definitely get certified with the State of California Department of General Services. Or if you don't know how to do it, you need to enroll in our workshop with Crystal and I, our mastermind workshop. We will teach you guys how to apply for those certifications and help you to get at least one certification. So that's a good thing.
That's an excellent thing.
Oh, yes.
Our other sponsors is Psych Black Dollars, of which I am the co-director. It's an organization in the community that is here to support the African American business owners to make sure that we are recycling our dollars to make a better place in our communities for our children and our parents and just the community in its whole, and making sure our dollars cycle back through. So because those dollars are what create better schools in your community. Opportunities in your community, clean streets, other businesses, nice businesses where you can consume your dollars. But you must remember that we have to learn to take care of ourselves before anyone else needs to take care of us.
Right. That is so true. And our final sponsor is Small Biz Pro, which is software that I developed for small businesses to help them better manage and comply with regulations and rules and certification requirements. And it also has a procurement piece where you can go in and you can look up bid opportunities anywhere throughout the state of California and the United States. So all 50 states, if you need a bid opportunity, you can find it. Even if you need a bid opportunity in the Caribbean or in Africa, Asia, Latin America, you can find bid opportunities using Small Biz Pro. This is amazing. We also have marketing programs where you can go in, market research programs where you can go in and look up how to find data on your competitors, how to find data on your markets, and all of that. So it's an amazing tool. You can upload your documents, store them, and retrieve them 10 seconds or less. So with that being said, Crystal, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break.
All righty, and I want to welcome everybody in on Facebook Live. Hi, Miriam. My cousin is saying hi, and she's proud of me. And,
hi, Miriam.
And my cousin Terry is watching.
And Terry.
And let's see who else is watching. Suzanne and Felice Cargill, which is Gil's wife. And hello, everyone. Welcome to the Business Zone. We're glad to see you.
Excellent, excellent. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break and bring up our guest today. We've got a guest in our studios here, and a phenomenal woman that we'll talk a little bit about her business, talk about her background and how she got here. You can't miss this story. This is phenomenal. This is an amazing woman. That's why we booked her on this show. And Crystal?
Yes.
We are on the Business Zone
with Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan. Let's take a break.
Okay.
Hello, meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 cloud-based business management, procurement, and market research assistance system designed to help businesses become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. It also provides back-office operation solutions for small businesses. Lucy is able to stay ahead of her competitors because she uses Small Biz Pro to manage her business daily. Lucy just clicks on Small Biz Pro from her tablet, mobile phone, laptop, or any internet-accessible device for data retrieval, and she's got it. Lucy introduces Larry to Small Biz Pro, and now Larry is more organized and can now find all of his documents and new bid opportunities in seconds. Larry now saves $120 in labor costs for each missing or misplaced document. Just simply go to your web browser and log into smallbizpro.net and register today for a limited 30-day free trial offer. Services start as low as $1 per day. Let's put the competition out of business. Small Biz Pro. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. Register now at smallbizpro.net and begin saving money. Email info@smallbizpro.net or call 626-533-1186.
Each year, the state of California contracts for billions of dollars of goods and services. We as a state can and should leverage our spending power to achieve policy goals that help the people of California. One major policy goal we have is to create jobs and grow our state economy. Promoting the development of small businesses within California is a great way for us to do that, because California's small businesses are the engine of economic growth. 95% of companies in California are small businesses, and with the right opportunities, these small businesses can grow to become the next Apple, Netflix, or Tesla. So let's all do our part to promote small business development and grow our state economy. Together, we can really make.
So we're back on the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. And Crystal, who do we have in the studios today?
We have, and it's Isotel. Dutra.
Isotel Dutra.
What a beautiful name.
I know.
She is an entrepreneur, or she likes to be referred to as the Empower Herpreneur.
All right.
And Isotel started her brand, Bold Beauty by Isotel, with a passion to see women empowered to live boldly, beautiful skillful and passionately. She accomplishes this twofold through her partnerships with Segrants International. She consults women one-on-one at events on how to put their best face forward with smudge-proof, waterproof, and anti-aging cosmetics and skincare. And she coaches women who want to build their own empire and legacy through her business. Despite being born legally blind, Isatel learned early on in life that she had to be tenacious about overcoming obstacles, whether it was forging her own path to be the first in her family to attend a 4-year college, doing whatever it took to study and work overseas while graduating from the University of California, Riverside, to now using her business as a way to serve and bring hope, love, and joy to women and the marginalized internationally. Presently, Isatel is preparing for a 3-month serving opportunity where she will help lead short-term teams doing humanitarian work in Southeast Asia. Wow, I'm impressed. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to the Business Zone, Isatel.
It is such an honor to be on the show. Thank you so much for having me.
And your background is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And being that this is celebrating women, and we generally do overcome a lot of obstacles to become successful.
Yes.
And so you had both being a female and as well as some physical obstacles that you had to overcome. So tell us more about yourself.
Okay, well, I was raised by a single mom of 4 kids. So when you were going on about how women, are the CEOs of their home, I saw that first and foremost. I think that's a lot of my entrepreneurial spirit and passions have come from seeing my single mother do whatever it took to raise all 4 of us kids. 3 out of 4 are college graduates. My younger sister's actually getting her master's.
Oh, okay.
And
wow.
just growing up, seeing my mom, playing with makeup and just loving that creative expression to make her feel better. I've seen her, do Avon back in the day, and I feel like that, just helping her out with stamping the forms, with putting things together, just seeing, wow, like she's building her own business. She's doing something that she's not working a typical 9-to-5 job.
Right.
And just something in me has just always been driven. I just knew that I wanted to go to a university. Nobody in my family went. It wasn't something that was really brought up.
Uh-huh.
I just knew I had to go, and it wasn't really much of an option, so... in high school, I just got myself into the honors classes, college prep, figured it out, and I tell people that's the one benefit of growing up with lower income. My bachelor's degree was completely paid for.
Well, yeah,
that was completely paid for.
And here I thought I was lower income.
not because you still got a school
I
loan.
still got a student loan here. I got over 50 grand. I'm going, wait a second. Man, and I'm from the hood.
not. So, legally blind, you can see.
So when I was born, the optic nerves that connect the eye to the brain weren't fully developed.
Okay.
So nothing that really glasses could do can make a difference. Believe me, they tried and fit me with everything. So really, I can see just about everything. Like I could see your white, beautiful white cream sweater. But I wouldn't be able to see the small details or seeing writing from a board from far away.
Okay.
But you know what? I was so equipped with so many resources and teachers and tools.
Okay.
And I just learned to be resourceful.
Right.
Okay.
Figured out whatever it took to make things happen.
Yeah.
So if I had to carry like one textbook would be like 6 volumes of a large print book, I'd make that happen. If it was, college and using adaptive technology to be able to see the board or get note takers, even to this day, thank God for cell phones with cameras. If I need to see something on this, the menu from far away, I can just pull out my phone and zoom in.
Oh, wow. And enlarge it so that you can actually see
that
it.
forces her to develop these additional skills.
Right.
Because we wouldn't be thinking about that, but she thought about
Well, yeah,
that,
because what do they say? You usually, your other senses just
Yes.
become more enhanced because you have to, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
you have to depend on them to be your eyes.
Yeah.
Where you wouldn't have, as those of us that have all our sight, that's the only thing that we depend upon, right?
Yeah, so I think I just learned from a young age to just be resourceful. If I wanted something, I'd figure out how to make it happen.
Yes.
And even to this day, just figuring out what resources are available to us because there's so many.
Right.
So even just like I'm taking the Business Management Academy course that Gilbert's teaching with the National Latina Businesswomen's Association. And I just like whatever I can learn and add to my skill set to better serve others in my community, to better serve my team, and just see prepare myself for future opportunities.
And that's exactly what I meant by women doing what we need to do to become successful, right?
Yes.
Because a lot of people that would have stopped them, right?
Yeah.
You'd be more the victim and not be able to reach out to get to reach your goals or to live a purpose-driven life.
Yes.
Because this obstacle keeps me from doing that.
And I got to tell you, in the Business Management Academy that I'm teaching right now for the National Latina Business Women Association, she's one of my better students.
Really?
Yes, because when we were developing the business model, we're building her business model and all the other students in their business model. She was the one that was contributing a lot more than everybody else.
Really?
Yes, it was amazing. The ideas she came up with, the thought processes, the examples, it was just phenomenal.
Oh, wow.
I think you have to know how you best process new information. Some people are introspective. They could think and meditate on it for a long period of time. I'm a verbal processor.
Yes.
I love to brainstorm.
Yeah.
So when we get the creative juices flowing in that respect and getting the examples, I'm like, okay, I see. I connect the dots. I'm seeing the bigger picture.
Yeah.
As a woman, I'm seeing the bigger picture and seeing what I've been trained. Like with the company I work with, Senegence International. They have provided us with so much resources and training and equipping from so many women that are leading $1 million, $2 million, $5 million organizations that I can take and learn what's been helpful for them, what worked for them, what didn't work, what works for me, and just learning from Joni Rogers-Conte, the CEO. She was a single mother.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She was a single mother. She came from another network marketing company, and she wanted to start a business of products that really worked, that a business plan that really worked. Because there's a lot of businesses out there that the compensation plan is, you're not really making money unless you're recruiting tens of thousands of people.
Right.
And so she started this in 1999 as a single mom, and it's grown to probably I think they might be planning to do like $1 billion in sales.
Wow.
And it's in, 3 or 4 different continents. And so, I'm sorry, 3 or 4 different countries. Well, yes, they may be.
Yeah. and actually, it's kind of interesting because when you look at Avon and you look at Mary Kay and this particular company, they were created for women to help provide them with independence.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And also their beauty products, so they're working with not just your exterior but your interior. Right.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think I read something that was so profound to me. I think network marketing is personal development with a product attached. So many people go into network marketing saying, oh, well, I'll just try and ask a few friends, and if it doesn't work, then I can easily toss it because they only put in a few bucks. But I think when you really go deep and delve deep and do the work and seeing that, you know what? I can do this.
Yeah.
Other women, just like me, maybe they're a stay-at-home mom. Maybe they're a woman that's sick and tired of the 9-to-5 grind and wants to go do humanitarian work, wants to make a better, bigger impact in the lives and in the world, and just seeing like, okay, I can do it. What are the steps I need to take in me to empower other women? So it's just having that confidence and that boldness, and that's why I call it Bold Beauty by Isotel, because it's bold starting your own business.
Yeah.
It is.
It's bold making dreams and taking chances and forging that path when there's, sometimes a lot of shame and judgment and criticism about starting a network marketing business.
Right.
So I want to be there to, come alongside them and go hand in hand and help them through it, because I've had my share of failures and successes, and whatever I can do to empower one other woman and possibly change another woman's life, there's nothing like it. And that's the beauty of network marketing. So many lives have been transformed.
Right, exactly. And like I said, I sold Mary Kay when I was younger. One of the things I really loved about that particular program, and I know Avon is the same way, so I'm sure Senegence is the same way, is that the support is amazing, and the information that you learn on how to run a business is phenomenal because they provide you with every tool you need.
Oh, yeah. Everything from social media. Literally, I'm in a training, mentoring program with 5 other leaders that are not even they're friends. They're not even in the same little structure organizationally. But I learned so much from other women that normally I wouldn't have gotten to know because I wasn't a part of their team. And when there's that synergy coming together of women with the same heart, the same culture, the same passion to equip their the women in the company and coming together and sharing their strengths. Like one woman's strength is social media management. The other one is just doing in-person demonstrations, or just women coming together with all their strengths to complement those strengths and to really help so many more. I just love seeing that the synergy, the collaboration. So I am incredibly grateful, and just opportunities that it's provided me and provided the other women on our team.
Now, you say here that you're getting ready to leave and go do humanitarian work in Southeast Asia. What exactly does that mean? And are you going on your own? And wow, it sounds phenomenal and exotic and fun.
Yeah, it's definitely something where you see something far greater than yourself. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do it. I guess I will have faith to do it. So I'm going with a large group. I can't go into a lot of details just because there's so many people going, and it just want to use wisdom with it. Okay. But I'm going with a large group of others. The specific location we're going with, there's about 35, they call them interns, but it's those leading other short-term teams. Mm-hmm. And really, we're going to be helping start up a community center.
Oh, phenomenal.
So they really want to create practical or serve practical needs in the communities.
Okay.
So in a lot of third world nations, you might see a lot of extreme rich but extreme poor at the same time.
Right.
And I was serving on another trip last year in Southeast Asia. And I remember I had a little bit extra money to do some shopping. And I was in this big wide open bazaar. And there's this guy walking around led by his friend. He was totally blind and he had a cane. And he was begging for money. And I was just bawling my eyes out.
Wow.
So I'm like, wow, thank you, God. Had I been born in another country and growing up poor, I'm going to say I grew up poor, below the poverty line, and with a disability and a female.
Wow. Oh, wow.
That could have easily have been me. And I was just so grateful. Just so grateful for his grace. I'm like, I want to just one day be able to do something for the blind, the disabled, the marginalized, the women that are being trafficked, just give them some sort of bit of just hope, like I said, hope, joy, peace, love. Like if I can help mentor other women in that nation to be able to start a business, because literally they have nothing. They may have been refugees and they can't even really work there. Whatever I can do to help them use what's in their hands to make a living for themselves, like I'm willing and ready to go. It's just being willing to go where your soul is telling you need to go and serve, or God, or
right, or knowing that you have a bigger purpose. Like I say, the bigger picture. There's a bigger purpose for you being on this planet.
Yes,
and to serve others. And as I said, I mean, you could have taken a different path, and felt that because I do have this limitation, that I can't do anything, that I need to be able to lean on another person. So, I mean, what better person to be able to show them that you're just living your life just like anybody else?
Yeah, I was, up until 7th grade, I was in and out of classes for those with disabilities. In the summers, I would go. In middle school, I had a class for the disabled, and I saw so many. There were still my friends that, some of them are totally blind. Some are in wheelchairs. Some are blind and deaf. Some are operating with a 6th grade, education. And I just, again, it shows me how grateful for what I do have. And I think it's, again, the strength of my mother as a single mom to not let the victim mentality settle in, because it's like that sheltering and the victim and like, oh, poor baby, oh, you don't have to do that. Oh, you don't need to do this. It's just like, we all have obstacles, but to the fullness of the life that we're living is to the degree that we're able to overcome them and be victorious in them. And, even just speaking to other women, whatever they've had to overcome, whatever it's depression or abuse or pain from their past, yes, feel the pain, go through the process, but don't stay at being a victim. You have too much more greater of a calling in your life to just stay in that victim place. You need to be able to help reach out to another sister and pull her up and to help her overcome.
Wow, your mother did a phenomenal job.
Yep.
Lady. She did a phenomenal job.
Wisdom alone.
Yes, she raised you with strength.
Yeah.
And perseverance and determination. Right. And your mom is obviously an amazing lady.
Oh, she is. I know she's like dreading me leaving for 3 months, but I'm like, I'm going to call you, FaceTime you every other day. I don't want her being worried, but she knows that once something's in my spirit and my heart and goes, she can't stop me.
Well, she raised you. So you are the one of 3 siblings?
4 siblings.
4 siblings?
4 siblings.
And where do you fit in the...
I'm the second oldest.
Okay.
So I have an older brother who has wife and kids. I have my younger brother and my younger sister, and I live with my younger sister.
Okay.
And just so incredibly proud of her. I'm her biggest cheerleader. She's getting her master's, graduating with Azusa Pacific University.
Oh, okay.
Going into college counseling and student development. And so, just whatever I can impart and share and encourage with her. And likewise, just her pursuing her goals is always encouraging. So I'm just grateful to have that close family bond, because not everybody gets to have that.
Yeah, and family's very, very important to making us who we really are, or who we're supposed to be. When we come from a very loving family, it's really seen as you become an adult with what you give back to other people.
Right.
Absolutely.
So is this your first time going out of the country? Or
No,
it said you worked overseas. Where were you when you worked overseas?
So my last year of college, I got an opportunity through the workforce recruitment program with the U.S. government to work in Germany. No, I'm sorry. Let me back up. I studied in Spain for 3.5 months. Okay. I always wanted to go to Portugal. I'm half Portuguese, and I always wanted to go. So I figured, okay, the way for me to be able to go is to go study in Spain and get some Spanish language in at the same time. So I did that for 3 months. And while I was there, I applied for a summer program with the government. So I got to work in Germany for another 3.5 months.
Wow.
And as a 23-year-old, pretty much I got to travel every weekend and go everywhere I wanted to. I just worked, a 9 to 5 during the week. I loved those days. I cherished those days. And I think, coming back from that program and then getting into my first 9 to 5 job here, and again, it was during the 2007, 8, 9.
Oh, wow. So you were gone doing the crash.
Yeah. So I was working this 9 to 5 job here back in LA, and I just realized, you know what? The 9 to 5 is not for me. I came here thinking I wanted to pursue a job in the entertainment industry, marketing or PR. Okay. And when one day, I just had a greater vision, again, of something far greater than myself. Far greater, just seeing the impact of empowering young women with identity, community, and purpose around the world. I'm like, okay, what am I doing trying to work this 9 to 5 at a job that I was really dreading, and I hated it to begin with. So that's kind of started my journey of little by little attempting and failing quite a few other businesses until I've gotten to this point where I feel like I've learned a lot, gained a lot of experience, and just really hopefully help people avoid some of the few of the failures that I had experienced.
You have several books in you. Are you planning on writing one?
One day. You never know. Hey, well, that's the thing. I wanted to go to the Business Management Academy because I would love to do, professional speaking, motivational speaking. I definitely feel like my gifting is more so spoken than written. Okay. All right. So I'd love to be able to empower women on that larger area through events, through speaking. But, I'm just being prosperous where I'm planted now with Senegence, with just pouring into and imparting into the women on my team, empowering women that want to start their own business, that, don't want to have the large capacity, the large capital to start a traditional business. They can start a thriving, business where they're making profit. Right. Because, as small business owners, it might be a year or two before you really start generating profits.
Exactly, right. And
At least.
And if it does require a large startup margin or monies, then it could take you even longer because you have to get to a place where you're breaking even from your startup, right?
Yeah.
But that is one of the benefits of network marketing, is that you can start in, your entry is very affordable.
Absolutely. I've seen women who literally start with almost nothing and just building it little by little. Literally, I started off with paying, less than $100 into it and just building little by little And now I'm doing events. I'm doing a big pop-up event at the Glendale Galleria here in Los Angeles next weekend, and just doing other events. And that business, again, is able to fuel my passions in life. I'm able to do those businesses so I don't have to be tied to a 9-to-5 job. I can go and travel and do this humanitarian work that I'm called to. And business is kind of making that way possible. For some, their passion's staying home with their kids. For others, it's just be able to work when they want and go and travel and enjoy life and enjoy all that life has to offer. So I really want to empower women to find their passions, find what are they passionate about. If money was no obstacle, what would they choose to do in life? And just utilize the resources that are available to us to help them reach those goals.
And you are an amazing person to have that conversation with young women today who are so concerned about what they look like and what other people feel about them, but being able to find that inner place of serenity, that it doesn't matter what you look like, because it's really about who you are, right?
Yes.
Not necessarily what you look like. Because, there's some people that I've met that they might not on the outside be the most attractive human being, but when you start having a conversation with them, you don't even look on the outside, because their beauty is emanating from their every pore. And it's almost like they have a light shining around them as they're speaking. So you don't even, and somebody's like, oh yeah, she's an absolutely beautiful person, because it's what the inside is what they're emitting or emanating to the world.
It all starts with, what are you focusing on?
Right.
What is the focus of your day? If it is solely, the external things, that, it doesn't last very long. But when you have such a focus of who you are, your identity, your true identity, not what media, not what celebrities, not what all this other garbage out there tells you your identity is, but when you know that you know that you know whose you are and who you're called to be, it just gives you a sure footing when, like I said, media and other people and other things say, oh, well, you're not XYZ, you're not skinny enough, you're not, your lips aren't big enough, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I know who I am, and these other things are just secondary. So just empowering women to find that voice, that warrior, that deeper calling inside of them, and let that out.
Now, did you know this before you started working with Synergence? Did you know this about yourself before that, or was this evolving once you started working with them?
It's definitely been a journey. I've been going on a pretty serious journey, I think about the last 7 years, of just a lot of healing, a lot of growing, a lot of personal discovery, and a lot of reflection on the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because believe me, I'm talking about a lot of the good, but there's a whole lot of ugly that I had to overcome as well. So I think Synergence, it's just, like I said, I've learned so much through this company that just helps me to tie so many of these things together.
Wow.
So it's, oh goodness, I just thought of something. But yeah, it just helps me to see that, I've always had a passion for makeup. I just loved makeup. I loved learning about techniques and different things. And, for a lot of years, I believed the lie that I wasn't very creative. Because I'm not artsy. Like, I couldn't draw out of I'm not the drawing type. I'm not the, I like to dance, but that's about it. But when I had the revelation that I am creative through my beauty, through makeup, through the colors and the everything, I'm like, oh, that is a creative outlet for me. And so just wanting to express that and empower women to express that too. So, with our company, I interact with women across the board, from your professional corporate America women. I want them to, give them makeup that's not going to come off. And not going to get on their teeth and on their lips.
That.
To, women that hey, I want to express my creativity. I want to be bold and fierce. If I want to wear a blue lipstick that looks absolutely beautiful on you, I'm all for it. It's that creative expression as women that we get to embrace daily.
Okay. How did you find out about this company?
I heard about it on social media about 1.5 years ago through other direct sales representatives. I was with another company, and just it was not a fit. It was a brand new startup network marketing company. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I'm not going anywhere with it. But I've seen this lipstick, and I have a medical condition where I get dehydrated very quickly. Mm-hmm. And, of course, when you're drinking gallons of water, the first thing to go is your lipstick.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I've tried all these other brands. It's either drying out my lips, or it's smearing, or I run out of the lip gloss more than I do before I even get through half of the lip color. Okay. Like the drugstore stuff, like, you know, I'm out of that little tube, and I have to buy a whole new tube. So I tried lip scents. I tried a couple colors, and I fell in love with it. Okay. I can eat with it, drink with it. I loved how well it performed. And so I'm like, you know what? I want to buy more of this, but I don't want to necessarily pay retail price. I might want to get it, you know, as a wholesale pricing. So I looked up more about the company, the culture, what it offered. Mm-hmm. And then what I would recommend to anybody in network marketing, before you jump in, like, yeah, she might be your best friend, but what support and training and resources does her team have for you? So I had a friend of mine that lived here in LA. She moved to Texas, and she told me she was selling it. And I was already looking at another girl. I was doing some research online. I'm like, so let me look at my friend's leader, which she's an amazing woman. She, like I said, she's built a $2 million team.
Wow.
Within a year. Mm-hmm. And, within 1 year, her team's done over $2 million in sales. Wow.
What are the products?
Hey, you know what? This is all it is. It's lipstick, makeup. It's lipstick, makeup, everything on the face that's anti-aging, and it's not going to go anywhere.
You see how amazing she has it on her arm?
Right.
Those are the samples, right?
Yes,
exactly.
Right.
I mean, so it comes in reds. And then you have a coral color.
I have, salmon. So I follow directions. I learned from women that helped build this company. Joni, the founder, walked around with her samples on her hands.
Okay.
And so I'm like, okay, that's easy enough. I can do that. So it's...
I'm impressed with it. So ladies, if you guys didn't see her, she took her lipstick. So if I did mine, it would be all over my fingers. Hers does not come off.
And she is touching it right now.
And she is touching it, and it still looks like she just put it on 2 hours ago. And it's all shiny. And I'm going to have it. That's all I know.
So that's the thing. Like, I fell in love with it. I'm like, I love this. And the compensation plan is incredible. Like, when you compare it to other compensation plans, you have to recruit so many people to make 50% commission, up to 50%. This one, you can do it literally right out the gate. People that are salon owners, beauticians, estheticians, those who work in their own boutique or salon, they can start selling this. So really, there's so many opportunity and so much, opportunity available out there for something that's so incredible. So why not share it with the world? That's when you find something that you're passionate about and you want to share it, why not?
Exactly.
Why not do it? You're already sharing your Starbucks. You're sharing your food. You're sharing the outfit you got. You're not getting paid for it. Nope. H&M isn't paying you to share the outfit you just got. So why not create a legacy for yourself and share, your makeup that you're already loving? And, we've had women that are judges, attorneys, doctors join our company and making 6 figures, and they're able to retire from that job. Because, they can bring home the bacon, but that's all they can do. They can't cook it, eat it, enjoy it with their family. That's, it's, they want it all.
But $2 million in 1 year, wow. We're going to have to take a break and come back and figure out how do you do that?
I'm so enthralled in what you're saying. So we're going to go ahead and take a break here on the Business Zone.
Hello, meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 cloud-based business management, procurement, and market research assistance system designed to help businesses become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. It also provides back-office operation solutions for small businesses. Lucy is able to stay ahead of her competitors because she uses Small Biz Pro to manage her business daily. Lucy just clicks on Small Biz Pro from her tablet, mobile phone, laptop, or any internet-accessible device for data retrieval, and she's got it. Lucy introduces Larry to Small Biz Pro, and now Larry is more organized and can now find all of his documents and new bid opportunities in seconds. Larry now saves $120 in labor costs for each missing or misplaced document. Just simply go to your web browser and log into smallbizpro.net and register today for a limited 30-day free trial offer. Services start as low as $1 per day. Let's put the competition out of business. Small Biz Pro. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. Register now at smallbizpro.net and begin saving money. Email info@smallbizpro.net or call 626-533-1186.
In the United States, March is Women's History Month. It honors women's contributions in all areas of life, as scientists, inventors, artists, politicians, and more. The celebration began in 1978, when the school district of Sonoma, California, hosted a week-long recognition of women's accomplishments throughout history. The idea spread, and in 1980, President Jimmy Carter proclaimed the week of March 8th National Women's History Week. 6 years later, an organization called the National Women's History Project convinced Congress to dedicate the entire month of March to women's history. Each year, a special focus for the month is declared by the National Women's History Project. For example, important artists like photographer Dorothea Lange and painter Mary Cassatt have been celebrated. Pioneers such as educator Mary McLeod Bethune, Clara Barton, who founded the Red Cross, Amelia Earhart in aviation, and First Lady Michelle Obama have also been honored. Women's History Month celebrates unsung heroes too. The countless women who helped when our country was at war, women who run businesses and volunteer in their communities, single mothers who work and raise families, and the unknown writers and artists in history whose works were never made public, yet teach historians much about our country's past. Which women in your life would you like to celebrate?
So we're back in the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan and our very special guest here in our studio, Miss Isatel Dutra. And she is just unbelievable. She's an entrepreneur. She is an innovator, and she's got this great product, this great lipstick product that works well for women. It does not smudge at all. You can touch it with your finger, wipe it on a piece of cloth, nothing. It doesn't come off. It stays.
Now, I think I've actually used this when I used to go to, and I still do, go to beauty shows all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe I used it the very first year when it came out.
1999.
Yeah, because I was starting. My business partner and I, we were going to open up a men's grooming salon, and so we were going to all the day spas. Oh no, we were doing a day spa at that time, and so we were looking for product lines. And I think I used it, but then I got away from it, and I think I even had like 3 or 4 different colors that I had purchased at the convention.
There's originally 5 colors that came out.
Right.
Up until 2017, I think they had like 72. But the crazy thing is, last year the company grew by 700%.
Wow.
700, like when maybe another company grew by 40%. We, like, literally when I signed up this time last year, everything was out of stock because the demand was so high.
Wow.
The demand was so high. So they kind of scaled down some of the colors, but now we have like over 50, and me being the makeup lover I am, I think I have about 40 colors for testers.
Oh, my goodness. And so now, where would one purchase this? From your website, your Facebook page?
Yes.
Facebook? How do I find this?
You can search for me on Facebook. I'm either Isatel Dutra, my profile, or Bold Beauty by Isatel. It's spelled like Isabel, but with a T.
Okay.
Boldbeauty by Isatel.com. I do women's events, so women that want to get free products. I actually host glam and gloss parties, home parties.
Okay.
Where women get together, they have little mini facials, they play with makeup, have some wine or some snacks. And like I said, the hostess gets free products. I do select vendor events throughout Los Angeles. So next weekend, Saturday the 24th and 25th, Glendale Galleria is doing a Rise and Shine pop-up event. So I will have all the testers, all the makeup, all the skincare the best that even Sephora don't have. Sorry, I'm a little partial, but I'm having a pop-up booth so women can try out the makeup, take it home, or just say, hey, you know what? I want to try this. I love this. I've been looking for a business opportunity that I don't have to spend an arm and a leg to do, but I can make 6 figures. I can make, an extra $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month on up. So definitely women that want to just see what I do, they're more than welcome to come. Or like I said, contact me. Contact me on Facebook. I'm more than willing to share, speak more about it, talk with them about it. Like I said, my amazing leader, she literally has built an online academy strategically for our team. So there's so many resources that we have available for women that genuinely want to build a business, because it can happen, and you don't have to have. Literally, you can start off with $55, $100, $500. I did a party for a woman that her sister owns a nail salon. She works for a high-end nail polish company, and she had girlfriends over and sold $500 in products in one night.
Wow. That's amazing.
So
I think since you have the camera on you right now, you should do that smudge test again and show them that nothing comes off. Look at that.
Nothing comes off. It is on her hand. It is permanently on. I'm going to be ordering me some lipsticks because I love that.
That is amazing.
What does your name mean?
My mother, like I said, my mom raised us. So when I asked her, she pretty much told me that my dad took the Aztec name Xochitl, which means flower, and kind of tweaked it, translated it to Spanish to English. And my mom liked it because it reminded her of a Shirley Temple movie where the kids' names were Mimtel and Ishtel. There you go.
Ishtel. So,
I love that. So now Gilbert had a question for you.
Yes. So my question, Isatel, is... the audience is looking and they're wondering. They're going, okay, she looks Latina. She also looks Asian. What is she? So what ethnicity are you?
Well, I love for people on Facebook Live to even post their predictions.
Yes.
I want to get interactive here. I want to be interactive. What do you think?
For those of you who are watching the show right now, we'd like you to post your predictions as to what Isatel's ethnicity is. And we go off the air at 5 o'clock. So if you can do that before 5, that would be great. Let us know. Give us a call here at 323-293-3375. And Crystal and I will be happy, and Isatel as well, will be happy to take your call.
Now, she's already given you a hint.
Yeah.
She already gave us one part of her.
There's only so much you can choose from. I was telling them, I was joking around with my name, Isatel Dutra. It's not like Jessica or Heather. When you look at my name on a paper, you don't know if I'm male, female. You don't know what nationality I am.
But it's a beautiful name. I mean, it's just so lyrical.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's absolutely beautiful.
That's phenomenal.
So what countries are you going to in South?
I can't reveal it just because, like I said, it's a part of a larger movement of volunteers that are going.
Yeah.
But I am very excited. Like I said, I've gone to other third world nations in Southeast Asia, and I went for 12 days, and that was a stretching experience. So when I was given this opportunity, originally I was going to go for 2 weeks, like a lot of the other short-term teams. But a leader at my church, she said, well, hey, have you thought about doing the 3-month program? I'm like, no, I have not thought about it. I was like, I did 12 days in this other country, and I was fine. I was ready to go home because there's just some... it taught me to be dependent and reliant on other people to help me very quickly because it's so congested.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, literally, when you cross the street, it was like playing Frogger.
Oh, wow.
And I don't play like that. My mom raised me to be very, paranoid about traffic and getting run over. So I was like, can I do 3 months? Can I do this? But as I learned more about the opportunity and just opportunities to serve, I'm going with a group. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm all in for it. And so I'm doing the fundraising process. I'm, building my business and everything I make with the business I'm putting into it. But, I believe in partnering, and people can partner to make a difference internationally. It's just, if you can't go, why not help support someone who is going?
Yeah. Right, exactly.
And you're still just a big part of that as that other person. So
are you raising funds for you to go? So
I'm raising funds.
If one wanted to contribute to your fund to help you with this journey?
They can contact me again through Facebook Live. Okay. They can contact me through Facebook, if you look at my name, Isatel Dutra, you can contact me there and I can send you the link.
Okay.
And that's Isatel, Isatel.
Isatel Dutra, D-U-T-R-A.
Right.
Connect with me on Facebook. It's a lot easier than sending you my whole email address, and so I can gladly send you a link. It's tax deductible donation. I have about $5,800 to raise within 2 months.
Oh, wow.
So again, that'll grow your faith really quickly. Well, God, if you're calling me to go, the money's going to come.
Now, do they get anything for that donation? Do you give them samples, or what do you do?
Well, they do get a tax write-off, a tax donation receipt.
Yeah.
If ladies in the LA area would like to host an event, or they have an event they'd like for me to bring all my products, I'll definitely hook them up with a free product or two, depending on the sales of it. And like I said, I'm using the business profits to go to help pay for the trip. So definitely, if women, you want to have girlfriends over, about 5 or 10, or have me as a vendor have me show the products at an event, definitely work something out. But yeah, I'm like, I'll definitely help, definitely give what I can and sow what I can to help reach that goal. So I have some samples, and I have some free products.
It is.
And so I will definitely, and what we're going to do is I'll edit the clip and then send it to you, and then we'll put it up and with the information on how to help you get to your goal here.
Thank you.
I think because it's a phenomenal that you're choosing to leave your comfortable life here for 3 months and go to a third world country and give of yourself to someone else. That's definitely a worthwhile cause for anyone to help you do that.
Well, thank you. I'm just so grateful, because when you have had so much transformation and life change and healing and joy and just a renewed vision in your life, and it's not touched you, and it's touched you in such a powerful way, you can't help but share it with other people. Mm-hmm. I heard one woman's story of her testimony of how her life was dramatically saved. Her life was dramatically healed. A woman that used to work in the adult industry, and just all the pain that led her into that point. And this was in a church. So when I heard that, I was like, is fire not going to consume her right now? But her story really transformed my life and my healing journey, and where I'm a totally different person than I was, 10 years ago. And so, yeah, I want to share that same hope, the joy, the love, the identity, just everything that's empowered me so much. I want to share it with other people. If that's empowering women to start a business for themselves, if it's empowering them to just get the healing and feel like they have a safe person to talk to without any judgment or condemnation, or well, you shouldn't have done this and that, then I'm all for it.
And I think it's also in this day and age when we're living in a world that is so racially divided, so ethnically divided, that when you go leave your own little comfortable surroundings and you go to other countries and you see how people live and you understand their cultures and why they do what they do, it really gives you a better understanding of people in general.
Yeah.
Right? And that we're all the same.
Yeah.
It's just where we may have been born and the skin color that we may have been born with, which is justifiable depending on where you came from. But other than that, everybody's the same, right?
Absolutely. I think it gives you a greater level of empathy and emotional intelligence when working with people, when you can, understand where are they coming from, what is causing them to maybe have that attitude or have that disposition, or, is causing them to shrink back or hold themselves back from the greater calling that they have for their lives because of fear, because of shame, because of, lies, I don't say lies, but things that they've heard growing up, and just helping them to see the truth in that.
Yeah, and I think that makes a big difference. And so many people, I read an article the other day that they were saying a lot of what is going on in the United States today is that there are a lot of people that chose to stay. So if you were born in a very small little town, most of these people have never left. They were born there, they grew old there, they had their kids there, and they never left that one little town.
Right.
So all the people that they know are the same people that they grew up with, the same experiences, and they only have seen other people outside of their world through television.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the only time they've seen it. So they've never had an interaction with another body or another person of a different color or different ethnicity to understand who that person really, really is.
Right.
Absolutely. And I think it's something that's so essential in being an entrepreneur is people skills. Learning how to build relationships with people, learning how to speak in a way that's going to honor them, and you guys are actually speaking the same language, because if I'm trying to speak to you in French and you're trying to speak back to me in Chinese, we're not going to get anywhere.
Right, exactly.
So it's like you have to know the people skills and know that person's not necessarily disposition, but their personality style, and learning to speak into that, and being able to be on that same page and that same wavelength. And you as a leader, because if you are an entrepreneur, you're pretty much being a leader. Just learning how to help that person see the bigger picture, help that person to overcome whatever it is through that communication style.
Right, exactly. And having a limitation, being legally blind, you have to talk to people and hear the nuances in the conversation versus what you're actually seeing, right? And smell and so forth. So you're using your other senses and not relying on just what your eyes are telling you about that person.
It's about knowing all the resources that are available to you and utilizing them. What is going to help you navigate that situation in that moment? What is in your arsenal? What's in your toolkit? How can I utilize that to get, the objective accomplished?
Now, your mom had to have raised you very independently for you to have gone off to school to another country. So what was your growing up like?
My mom, it's seeing her overcome so much to raise us for. Her working and do whatever it could, going to school, because she had a slight disability in her hand as well. So it kind of limited her in certain capacities. Okay. But I saw her as a single mother doing whatever it took to raise us, to be at home with us, to keep us in the same schools. If I wanted to do color guard, she made it. I don't know how. I think it's a wonder. If I want to do dance, she'd make a way for us to do what we wanted to do. She didn't she didn't really hold us back from doing what we wanted, and in that healthy respect, she was definitely. We were all pretty much good kids growing up, wanted to be active and involved, and so I think it's just literally the part of it was just what God put in me. I think I'm just been very okay, I just make it. I got to make it happen. How can I get it? How can I get from point A to point B? And so I think it's part of it's personality, part of it's what has been placed in me from the beginning, and part of it's upbringing. So, and that's not to say that I don't. I think a lot of people tend to use their upbringing as an excuse, as a crutch. I could have easily said, well, because of my vision and because I grew up low income, that's because I'm doing X, Y, and Z. That's because I don't have this money. That's because I don't have this in my life. Or you could say, despite those things, I'm able to achieve X, Y, and Z. So it's just really your perspective and how you choose to see things and how you, the mindset you choose to have in it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just like people, you came from a different country and came here, and there are a lot of people. I have a girlfriend that when she was 18, she was born in South Africa, and so she left when she was 18 and I think she went to Italy first, and she was there for about 4 or 5 years, and then from there she left and went to England, and she was there until she came here, and she came here because she met her husband, but they didn't get married for a number of years until later on, but that's just such a free spirit. Most people do not just pack a bag and say, I am out of here, right? And not even to go away to school. Usually you pack a bag and go, okay, I'm going to college. And
I'm going to check out life.
Right, I'm going, Mom. I mean, even some college students have a hard time that first year. Yeah. Going away to college is really tough first year.
It's interesting. Well, I grew up. I went to University of California, Riverside, and I grew up in Riverside. So my mom was about 10, 15 minutes away. Okay. So my freshman year, I did the dorms. I lived life crazily in college. And, I just knew, this is a special time, and I wanted to accomplish all that I wanted to accomplish while I was there. Because who else, when else can you spend 3 months in Europe unless you're an entrepreneur? But working a typical 9 to 5, you don't easily have that. So this is a time to really take advantage of all the opportunity available. So yeah, I made sure I wanted to be president of an organization. I was president of the Latino. Well, I kind of already. Well, no, never mind.
We already
never mind. Yeah,
but you're not just all Latino.
I'm pretty much an open book. Latino Business Student Association, and I wanted to study abroad, and so I had again financial aid. I was able to do it. And again, my mom had some trepidation, but she just made sure I called her every other day and got to talk with the lady that I lived with. And, it's like I've stretched my mother a whole lot as well. And I love you, Mom.
So are you the only one that's done the traveling?
No, actually, my older brother, he went to a community college for a couple of years, graduated right out of college. And then my younger brother, he wanted to blaze his own trail. He's very self-taught, self-read. My younger sister actually did get to go to Spain for a month when she went to college. So I love that opportunity with her. We keep saying one of these days we're both going to go travel together. We're very close.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a girlfriend that's Cuban, and so she had an opportunity. Her second job, because she was there for about 25 years, but she worked for the airlines. And so she's traveled with the airlines all over. She went to Spain. I think she took her mom and dad to Barcelona. And she's, in fact, on 9/11, she was actually in Italy.
Oh, wow.
And she and my girlfriend, they had gone. I didn't go. I don't know what I was doing. They had gone to Italy. And she was out shopping, and when she came back, the hotel manager was like, "Your country go boom," and she's like, "What?"
Wow.
Because he didn't speak English. He's like, "Your country go boom," and she's going boom.
Wow.
So they had been out all morning, so they had no clue. So when they turned on the television, they saw that 9/11, the Twin Towers had been bombed. So she got on the phone. And so one of my girlfriends is very artistic. And so she was like, "Oh, then we should go off to a villa and just stay there." And she's like, "No, we need to get out of this country." And so she got on the phone and she started making phone calls. And they ended up having to take a train to Budapest, and then from to Belgium, and then from Belgium to London, and then from there they stayed overnight, and they were able to get back in because they went on non-rev. They were flying by a buddy pass. They didn't have to be locked into a ticket, so they could go to and use the sister airlines in order to get back. And so she got back like within 24 hours of that happening, whereas a lot of people were stuck wherever they were.
That's the thing. I love to travel. That's part of, I think, why I want to, go and serve. But man, if I wasn't doing this, but definitely I would have loved to work in the airlines. It's such an opportunity just, again, to see other cultures. I think there's so much wealth and knowledge.
Oh, for sure.
And just experiencing other cultures and experience, life is about experience. So just being able to make the most of every experience and make those things happen. And, like I said, with my business, I want to empower women to live by design, not by default. Okay. Women may not be content with the 9-to-5. They want to be able to travel and take weeks off and not have to worry about, so many vacation days, or, if they wanted to go do this humanitarian work that I'm doing for 2 weeks or for 3 months, they can be able to do that. It's just, I think it's just making, what are your priorities in life? What do you want to see happen, and figuring out how to make them happen, learning how to take the steps necessary to accomplish that.
And I think also, I know for me, it's when I leave this planet, what have I done? Yeah. Right? And I want to be all used up. So I've done some pretty, things that most people that don't. I've skied, I river raft, I hike, I do all of that sort of stuff because I want to make sure that I'm all used up when I leave. Right?
No mileage left.
Yeah. Like a leaf, all dried out, just blow on into the wind, and I didn't done everything that I needed to do. Right. So I was open to things. When I first learned how to ski, some girlfriends of mine that I work with, one of them had just moved here. She was from England, and she, again, when you're from other countries, you tend to just pack up and just leave, right? I get my bag, I'm gone. You're operating from one little backpack, right? And so she came and she went to Florida, and then she went to Colorado in Vail, and she was a chambermaid. And so someone left some skis in the room, and so they gave them to her, and so she went and took some lessons, right? And so when she got here, she's like, oh my God, I just skied and it was so much fun. And so we're like, okay, let's go. So it was like 7 women. We went up to the mountains and we all took lessons, and we had a phenomenal time. And then I pursued it further. I met some friends that belonged to a ski club in Los Angeles. And then so for like 20 years, I skied almost every other weekend. And even when summertime, we would go to Oregon to ski in August. So it was a different life, and I remember every bit of it, and it's part of my youth.
Right, and I think that's the other. Oh, goodness, I'm trying to remember exactly what I was going to say, but I even with despite the vision, I was a part of an organization called Braille Institute. And they have locations in Orange County. They have one in Palm Springs, and they have one in LA. Okay. Living in Riverside, the closest one was Orange County, which was still a mission, but they made it work. Mm-hmm. And so through them, even when I was like 12 years old, I got to learn how to ski. Oh, okay. And got to do that. I got to go whitewater rafting in Sacramento when I was about 15 or 16. So, yeah, I think it's like whatever things are available to you, why not take advantage of them? Why not go after them? Why not try it out?
And actually, skiing without sight is actually better than skiing with sight, because most people, their biggest issue with skiing is knowing that they're going to go down a cliff and you can see everything coming at you, trees and everything. If you can't see it, you don't even know that there's anything to be afraid of.
Well, that's good to know. With that, we'll go ahead and take our final break for today.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'll watch you guys do the skiing. I'm not getting involved in the skiing.
But when I was skiing there, and I was a ski instructor, there were many groups that came up. We had the deaf that would come up and learn to ski, and then there's those that are paraplegic and the handicap with one or paralyzed from the waist down. They'd put them in a little. It didn't even matter.
It's amazing therapy. Amazing.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a quick break, our final break for the day, and we'll come back. We'll take a look at those Facebook postings to see if we had any of our guests, our listeners, to figure out your ethnicity, and that's going to be amazing. So let's take a break.
Hello, meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 cloud-based business management, procurement, and market research assistance system designed to help businesses become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. It also provides back-office operation solutions for small businesses. Lucy is able to stay ahead of her competitors because she uses Small Biz Pro to manage her business daily. Lucy just clicks on Small Biz Pro from her tablet, mobile phone, laptop, or any internet-accessible device for data retrieval, and she's got it. Lucy introduces Larry to Small Biz Pro, and now Larry is more organized and can now find all of his documents and new bid opportunities in seconds. Larry now saves $120 in labor costs for each missing or misplaced document. Just simply go to your web browser and log into smallbizpro.net and register today for a limited 30-day free trial offer. Services start as low as $1 per day. Let's put the competition out of business. Small Biz Pro. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. Register now at smallbizpro.net and begin saving money. Email info@smallbizpro.net or call 626-533-1186.
Up the street.
So we're back on the Business Zone with our wonderful guest here in the studio, Isatel.
Yes. Amazing young woman.
Amazing. She has so many information, very inspiring, and we're just in awe here, Crystal.
I am. I mean, it's just the fact she's just so. It's the energy and the passion that comes from you when you talk about the things that you really, really care about, and the makeup and your travel and
just her approach to life,
right? Her approach to life, which is amazing because a lot of people, even not even having a vision, a limitation, some people just create their own limitations.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, this is true.
They handicap themselves, and because they are so afraid to try new and different things and explore.
Yeah.
I saw something. I was watching a show last night, and this woman, her son was 18, and his mom and they were having problems. They were just like butting heads, right? Yeah. And so she told him, and he hadn't found a job, and she really wanted him to move out. She really wanted him to live in his fullness, right? Yeah. And so they happened to be in an elevator, and the elevator fell. And he was so afraid that when she fell, she hit her head. Ooh. So he had to help her. Yeah. So when the rescue squad when the paramedics got there, she was on the gurney, and she says, "You know what? You have to move out." She says, "Because I have to let you go. Because you were able to take care of me, where I'm usually the one taking care of you. Yeah. But if I let you stay here, I'm going to hinder you from growing." So he says, "But I don't have a job." She goes, "You'll get one."
Fight or flight, baby. Fight or flight.
So sometimes that's what happens, right?
Yeah.
We limit ourselves because we create our own own handicaps. Yeah. But when you're born with a handicap or something that appears to be, you have to make a different way.
Absolutely.
And that's why, as entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs are supposed to think like this, wherein you don't limit yourselves. You find ways of creating opportunities for your business. And, this is great because this is a great inspiration for entrepreneurs.
It is.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it is, because you have to think of doing things a different way. Right? Because you don't have the wherewithal money-wise, monetarily.
Yep.
And sometimes you don't have all the skills. So you have to be self-taught.
Right.
Yes.
But you can't stay, that's one of the things I find with entrepreneurs. If someone has taught them how to do it one way, they don't see how to do other ways.
There are other possibilities.
And when they teach you, when you go to college, that's one of the things. They're teaching you to be en route, right? Just to do the same thing routinely over and over again and not think outside the box. Yeah. So it's like, do you color within the box or do you color with outside the box?
Why does there got to be a box?
Right. Why does there have to be a box?
I think
did we how many people called
Nobody
in
responded over here.
That thing.
And a book that I really love by Nellie Galan is called Self-Made.
Oh, yeah.
And again, it takes it from the immigrants' perspective of how so many immigrants have come here with literally nothing in their pockets, language barrier to get through, and how they overcome whatever it took, that hunger, that necessity to make things happen and make a difference for themselves and leave that legacy. So I highly recommend that book. Well, I gave it to somebody else. I'm like, I need to get another one to reread it myself. But there's so many resources out there. Just find, what are you passionate about? What do you enjoy doing? And believe me, with internet, there's no excuse not to find what you want to do nowadays.
I can definitely associate with that, because I was telling you on a previous show that I came here to the U.S. with $200 in my pocket. $200. And at the airport, when I jump into my taxi cab to take me to where I'm going, the cab driver jacked me $50.
So now you have
So now I have $150 left. And that $150 is what I converted into what I have today.
Wow.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So that right there, it tells me, just like you say, the immigrant comes here and has nothing else, and they have to make do and make things happen. So,
and I think also because wherever you came from, all the opportunities may not have been there.
Exactly.
So one of the reasons you're coming here is because you know that it's like supposed to be the land of plenty, right?
Yes.
And that you can make a way out of nowhere.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's the sad part of what's going on in our country, where we're saying we don't want immigrants here. Well, immigrants change our lives.
Change the
Absolutely.
landscape.
They're coming here with such a hunger to do something different and bigger, and they know the opportunities are here.
Yes.
So the sky is the limit for them, right?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. I think there's something can be done to help immigrants the right way to accomplish and get what they came here for, in a right way that's going to help our country just better it in the right way. But I think absolutely. I think just seeing people and seeing so many of the big companies that are made today were from immigrants. Look at Shark Tank.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, everything. And now the internet, basically, you're looking at people that came from other countries.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And the biggest and the brightest. And then when you look at countries like India, I watch a lot of foreign movies because, again, I want to see what the cultures are, right?
Yeah.
And the nuances. And I don't speak the language, but I can read the subtitles, right? And sometimes you can see what another person is thinking and saying just by how they're acting and their facial expressions and their body movement. So it helps me totally understand without even understanding the language.
Right.
But one of the things that has happened over the years in India is a very, very poor country.
Very.
Unless even when you're in Mumbai and New Delhi, there's still parts. There's elaborate parts, and then the poor parts are greater than the elaborate parts.
Most of the people in India don't even have internet.
They don't have internet. They live in little shacks.
Right.
Yeah.
No water.
No running water.
No running water, and they have a caste system. So whatever you were born into doing, that's what you're supposed to do for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
But then when you're watching the movies and the music and their dancing and their celebrations, and no matter whatever their economic levels are, when they have a wedding, they come in for 3 to 7 days and they party and the flowers and you see that's just something. The poverty has nothing to do with who the people are.
That's true.
No, it's what you make of life. Is what you make of it,
right?
You know, I've seen so many people in like developing nations, in third world nations, that they have very little, but man, their life is probably richer than a lot of people here in the United States. It's just what you make of it, what you focus on grows.
Right, exactly. And the very basics is a wealth for them.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And running water in some cases like gold.
See, one of the things that we strive on in Jamaica is education.
Yeah.
You know, we were taught the British way, and we were very proud of that because a high school education in Jamaica is equivalent to the community college education here. Yeah, so when I came here and I did all my tests and everything in high school and I came here, they wanted me to do the GED. And I'm going, well, I'm not doing any GED. So I went to college, and when I went to college, I aced it. I went to community college.
Right.
I aced it. My GPA was 3.95.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was. I graduated. I think it was summa cum laude.
Wow.
Right, and then when I went to undergrad, I graduated magna cum laude. So that means my GPA was about 3.9.
Wow.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So those were things, and they were trying to get me to do the remedial courses. I'm going, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
You know, they want me to start all over. I got to take English, and I got to do all of these things. No, I said I wasn't going to do that. So anyway, they found out that they made a mistake. So then they start going, okay, we're not going to judge you guys anymore. But that's what they do.
Yeah.
You're a foreigner. You come here and
right, because you don't particularly speak the language, so that makes it they automatically assume you don't understand, that you don't have the intellect because you don't have the language, right?
Well, even with somebody with a disability in high school, freshman year, they've just put me in the regular English classes. Honestly, I taught myself multiplication and division and everything in elementary school, and I'm like thinking to myself, why wasn't I tested for the, I'm not to toot my own horn or sound bigger, but like the gifted
Right, because
Tell
you
us.
just assumed
Right.
because you couldn't see that you weren't bright.
Yeah, and then like at high school, I had to ask to put myself in an honors English class my 10th grade year.
Right.
So I had to make that step to request those college preparatory classes because if it was just up to the professor
they
the guidance counselor, like, okay, I'll just put in regular
they bring
classes.
a certain bias to the
Well,
table.
they automatically do, and they do make judgment calls based upon either your ethnicity or your other limitations or you're right. In fact, I think that happens a lot with the young kids that are born autistic and spectrum. Right, these are brilliant human beings, right? But they have very limited. They're emotionally they may not connect with you, but they are very, very brighter than the average human being.
Again, they have their own set of obstacles that if they're caught early, them and their families are going to have the resources needed to help overcome them as much as possible.
Right, exactly. So it's judging a book by its cover and not understanding entirely what's inside of the book.
And that's a great point you brought up, Crystal, because this affects all of us right here that I'm going to talk about right now. And I found out through some research that an immigrant or minority litigant in the courtroom end up getting convicted, especially African Americans. African Americans get convicted 70% of the time. Latino may get convicted 55% of the time. But it's that bias that they bring into the courtroom, the judges and attorneys bring to the courtroom that really impacts us. Because they come in with that idea, preconceived notion that, you did it. Even though they haven't looked at your evidence, they haven't listened to you speak or anything like that. So they come in there with a preconceived notion and you're going to get convicted.
Right, and then they want to convince you of the fact that you're not bright, or you don't understand what they're saying, or you don't understand the system. And that's, you're absolutely right. It's those My nephew, when he was a little, both the boys, they had a speech impediment when they were little. Trenton, the oldest one, he didn't even speak for a long time, and we spoke for him, so he really didn't really feel like he had to speak, right? And but then my sister found out very early on that they had a speech impediment, and so she put them in training and forced them to have language classes and support, right? So while they were doing that, we found out that the youngest one was actually dyslexic, and it really runs in the family of my brother-in-law's family. A lot of them are dyslexic, right? So Travis, so he found out very, very early. So he always had support and resources throughout his whole school. And can have it now at college as well. But Travis, so one day we were saying something, my sister was saying something to somebody, oh yeah, Travis is dyslexic. He goes, no, I'm not. But of course, there's a diagnosis. He goes, no, I'm not.
Wow.
I am me.
He doesn't let the label define him.
Right,
It doesn't hold him back.
You don't have to have a label.
But he probably wasn't even dyslexic, huh?
Well, when he was younger, but because he already had resources. I mean, over the holidays, and he's so quiet, and we didn't discount him. We definitely knew, right? But over the Christmas holiday, when he started working, he started buying computer components, and he was going to build his own gaming computer. And we're like, well, how do you know how to do that?
See?
And he says, don't worry about it.
See?
I know. So he's buying all these computers. So the day after Christmas, he went in his room, and when he came out, within 24 hours, he had built a beautiful computer.
Wow.
Nice.
It's just absolutely, and it's like, how did you know?
See?
And he's been
that's
watching
all I'm
videos.
telling you, he's not dyslexic.
Right, exactly. He read through all the directions.
Everyone has diamonds and gold within them, but it's up to the right things to help mine that out of them and speak that out and discover that. So he might have had these things get hidden, but what only people see or can tend to focus on, this is his shortcoming, but hey, he's got a whole lot of other greater advantages, greater skill sets
that we don't know because he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And we not put him in a position where he was using that.
Yeah, we could be probably dyslexic.
Right, exactly.
As opposed to him.
In fact, when he was in high school, when he was in his junior year, and he's of course the more introverted one in the house. The other one is outgoing. So and he's bright. I mean, they're both of them are very bright. And so when he was in junior year, he says, "I'm going to go run track," and we're like, "You are? You don't ever leave your room. Where you go? You don't even walk fast. What are you talking about?" So he came and he was sitting down at dinner and he says, "I tried out for the varsity. And he said and my sister's like, "Really?" and not that she doesn't believe that, he never ran. So how did we know, right? So then we came in to dinner, he goes, I was accepted to the varsity team. Wow. And then when we went to the track meets, he was super fast. So what were you doing? Accumulating energy? And he was actually one of the second fastest kids on the team.
See,
when he graduated in high school.
Nobody knew.
Just it goes to show,
put him in that box.
Yeah, when you're driven, when you have your mind set on something, you figure you make it happen. You work for it, and you don't know what potential is hidden within us until you really walk it out.
Right.
Like in high school, there's only cheer and color guard. There's no dance. I love the dance. I think my sophomore year there wasn't really any dance groups. There was color guard. Oh, okay. So color guard is when you're throwing and tossing flags up in the air and catching them.
Wow, okay.
So I practiced a whole lot. And God bless the coach that I think he feel like he had to sign me, had to accept me in there or something. But I practiced night and day, learning how to toss the flags and catching them, and made it work and did it for a season, performing with the band and color guard.
Fantastic.
So it's like you never know what's possible until you go out there and try it, and you make some mistakes. You fall, but you get back up and just keep working on it.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't listen to the people who keep telling you no. A typical example of that is I was watching Shark Tank, and this guy came on Shark Tank, and he created this doorbell, but it's got a video camera on it.
Okay.
So you have the doorbell set up, and when someone come and ring that doorbell, the camera or the video camera on it takes a video of you, so the person on the inside get to see who is out there without even going.
Okay.
And that person can also be somewhere else, but they get to see it on their phone.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So on Shark Tank, they told him that he called it the doorbot. That's what he called it, doorbot, B-O-T. And on Shark Tank, they said, this is not an investable product. We're not going to waste our money or our time on that. I don't believe in that. Amazon just bought it from him. $1 billion.
Wow.
$1 billion.
Yeah. Love it.
You see what
Love
I'm saying?
it. Yes.
Everyone in Shark Tank told him, no, that's not a good investment. We don't want to waste our time on it. Now they're kicking themselves because Amazon bought it for $1 billion from him.
Wow.
So the point of this message is, no matter if you have an idea, you have a thought, a process, and someone is trying to tell you that it's no good, it's not going to work, don't listen to them. As an entrepreneur or even as a regular person, just keep at it, keep doing what you're doing. That's what your nephew did. That's what you did, and that's what I'm going to do with Small Biz Pro.
Yeah, you just have to put it in your head and you put it out there in the universe, like you say, and trust in yourself.
Just do it.
You know, I mean, when I first started skiing, I must have fallen because everybody else knew how. I must have rolled and fell and rolled and fell and rolled and fell. And then the same people that I went skiing with originally 4 years later, after I'd been skiing like every other weekend, when I went with them, we were up at Snow Summit, and I came down the hill. They're like, "Whoa!" Yeah. And actually, I ski better than they do now because I had been putting all this time in it.
Oh,
They were just going once a year, and I'm going like every other week. And they're like, "Oh my God, when did you get so good?"
Yes.
But it's what you put in. It's what you get back out. Right? And it was fun, and I traveled all over the country, and I got to see some amazing, beautiful places. And you have not seen anything beautiful until you're at the very top of a mountain,
Yeah.
10,000 feet up, and you can look out all
See
over
everything.
the entire. It is. It's like God speaking to you when you're at the top, and it is awesome. So you with all the coal, and you just get him going. Oh my God, God is amazing. He built this country, and it's majestic, and I can see from here to eternity.
Yeah.
And it's just all in here.
Yeah.
It's the experiences, the life moments we get to live out when you get outside of your comfort zone.
Right, exactly.
That's what it is.
And sometimes the comfort zone we're born with them, right? So you got to come out of them faster than other people.
Right.
And that's what's amazing about it.
And sometimes the comfort zone is an area that someone tells you that it ought to be that way. That's the comfort zone. So when they tell you that, you're going, okay, I'll stay in this little area because that's what my mom say, that's what my teachers say, that's what these people say. No, you step outside, you test boundaries.
Yeah.
You test boundaries.
And that's what you've been doing. You've been testing boundaries.
Right, exactly.
And it's been working for you.
And she's going to continue to do that, going away and with a big group and for 3 months. I mean, that's testing some boundaries. That's phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
Well,
So
I am just so impressed
left,
with meeting you, and it's been such a pleasure to meet you.
Yes.
And this has been an incredible interview.
I know it is.
And you just emanate the person that a person would want to be.
That's right.
Thank you guys so much for having the show. This is, I know it's such a wealth of knowledge and encouragement and inspiration to others. And like I said, it's an honor and a privilege for me to be a part of it and beyond today. So thank you so much again, Gilbert, and you just presenting the opportunity. And
thank you.
I know I have 6 more weeks to just learn and glean as much as I can from you and all the experience that you've had. So
thank you.
Just being able to share it with others. So thank you.
Now, do you have a phone number you want to give the audience so they can reach you?
They can message me on Facebook.
Okay.
They can contact me on Facebook, Isatel Dutra. Message me. Again, my beauty page, my makeup page is Bold Beauty by Isatel, ISATEL.com. That's where they can see the whole sentence line if they want to know more about it. I have my Facebook page with that same name. Just contact me on Facebook with any questions. If you want to talk more, if you want to talk business or development, whatever else, if you feel like you want to sew into the 3-month program, I can tell you a lot more one-on-one than what I can do here on the show. I can go more into the details. So yeah, please contact me if you want me to come speak, have a makeup party, and get some free products. You name it. So
and then I'm gonna get the link from you. So we can. So anybody want to help Isatel get to her 3-month journey of her humanitarian work, she will be very receptive.
Yes,
and you'll feel very good about it. So we want to help you. So it was $5,800 you need to raise.
$5,800 within 2 months. So I'm doing fundraisers. I'm like I said, running my business, just whatever I can do, again, fundraising. So if people want to make that tax deductible donation and feel like they're giving back to the poor, the women, the marginalized, the poor around the world, we can send them updates of what's going on. Again, I'd love to talk to people more one-on-one, not so widely broadcasted, about exactly what we're doing, because it's definitely a pioneering work, and just hopefully just being able to serve a community on such a deeper level. So
that's phenomenal.
Well, actually, they could purchase $5,800 of your product. That would be a good donation,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely. I would. They can more than welcome do that and have amazing makeup and have Christmas gifts and birthday gifts, you name it, men, women. Products for both. So definitely contact me.
Okay. So, wow, Gilbert, that was a quick 2 hours.
Yes,
and thank you for inviting Isatel to be a guest on the show. I really enjoyed this interview.
I put out a call out on Facebook, and she responded. I said, we're looking for Latinas. We're looking for women-owned businesses. We're looking for minority women-owned business owners to be on our show. And she responded.
No, good. Well, I'm happy she did.
Yeah.
And when you are away and you can take pictures, send us pictures, put it on our Facebook page so that we can keep track of what you're doing.
Definitely.
Thank you so much again for having
And
me.
I'm looking forward to the visual audio book that she's going to write. Her journey through life. Because it's going to be pretty. Your life is already exciting, so I can imagine what it's going to be from 5-10 years from now.
Yeah.
One day I'll write a book or two. I'm just not right now. I'm not in not in the space for that yet.
Yeah, that's okay. That's right. You can do Facebook Live. That's a book right there.
So, Crystal, you want to tell the audience about our mastermind program?
So our mastermind program is going on. We are in the week 2, and at the end, you're going to have the goal is for you to have your city and your state certification, which then you can do minority-owned business. You can do receive minority contracts from procurement contracts from the city, the state. Then you can go on and get your certification from Metro and other entities, LSUSD. And this will change how you do business. It will change how much money you make with your business. Mm-hmm. And you will no longer be doing transitional business, but you'll be doing contractual business. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, Jennifer, who was in our class, our last class, she got the city yesterday.
Certification? All right. Yeah. Congratulations, Jennifer.
So she's still waiting for the
state. We knew you could have done it. Excellent.
So
this is a great success story.
And so she's getting some RFPs, and she's really excited. So she wants her woman-owned next.
Yeah, okay.
She just wants that.
We're going to help her.
So we're going to help her get that. And then I met a young lady the other day that has a floor and carpeting business. And so I've told her about you and the class that you're doing.
Perfect.
With the Latina business owners. And so hopefully she'll come on out and participate as well.
Sounds good. And those of you who are listening who just heard Isa told you about the Business Management Academy with the National Latina Business Women Association. It's a 7-week class. We just started last week, so that was class 1. We've got 6 more weeks to go. It's every Tuesday from 5:30 to 9 o'clock. It's downtown LA at the Plaza, right across from Alvera Street and Union Station. So please come on, give us a call. You can call us. Call me at 626-533-1186. 626-533-1186, and we can sign you up for that class.
Okay, so we're gonna close out today. A salute to Black women. The BBA, the Black Business Association, they're honoring my co-director Jackie B. And Alicia White Madison, who is the founder of the Bella Network, and Vivian Bowers, who's the owner of Bowers Cleaners, and they've been in business since over 60 years.
Wow.
So these are some of the ladies that are going to be honored on March 24th on a Saturday from 8:30 to 3 o'clock at the LA Hotel downtown Los Angeles.
Congratulations, ladies.
Yeah.
You all deserve it.
So we will see you guys next week.
Next week, Friday from 3 to 5 on MorrisMediaLive.com. This is the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. We're out.
Hello, meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 cloud-based business management, procurement, and market research assistance system designed to help businesses become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. It also provides back-office operation solutions for small businesses. Lucy is able to stay ahead of her competitors because she uses Small Biz Pro to manage her business daily. Lucy just clicks on Small Biz Pro from her tablet, mobile phone, laptop, or any internet-accessible device for data retrieval, and she's got it. Lucy introduces Larry to Small Biz Pro, and now Larry is more organized and can now find all of his documents and new bid opportunities in seconds. Larry now saves $120 in labor costs for each missing or misplaced document. Just simply go to your web browser and log into smallbizpro.net and register today for a limited 30-day free trial offer. Services start as low as $1 per day. Let's put the competition out of business. Small Biz Pro. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. Register now at smallbizpro.net and begin saving money. Email info@smallbizpro.net or call 626-533-1186.